Hello, and welcome back to Tech Tuesday. We've been spending some time talking about Google Classroom's AI features, and one of the ones that's relatively new is that you can actually open up a Google Doc, type in a prompt, and have this create a Google Doc for you. Some of you may have already done something similar with ChatGPT, but there's some copying, pasting, formatting issues. This is sort of a better way to do it if you're going to create, let's say, a study guide for a particular topic. So let's take a look at how to do that with Google Gemini and Google Docs. I'll start off by clicking Generate Document, and I'll type in the type of document that I would like. So in 8th grade, we're talking about the conservation of mass, or we were a little bit earlier in the trimester. So we'll go ahead, type that in. The more specific I am, the better. And here it will have a document. Now, obviously, you're going to want to check this for accuracy, but you'll see that we've got some equations right there, just kind of like a general idea, which can be really useful as kind of a jumping off point here. Now I can actually edit this a little bit if I want to. So let's say that I'm going to go ahead and put blanks here for students to fill in, kind of like guided notes. And here, it'll go ahead and take some of that information out after it creates it so that students can use this as an assignment. It takes a little bit longer. And I will tell you that this is still an up and coming technology, so it's not perfect, but you'll be able to at least kind of see where you can go back, add some lines for students to take notes. One of the best things that you can do is actually go up here to where it says Insert, Table, and just put in a spot for students to write some notes down. So again, not perfect, but it definitely saves you a lot of that legwork of creating something from scratch. Now, the best way to actually use this is to tie it directly to your instructional materials. So let's say right now that I'm doing an Anne Frank unit, and I want to actually create a study guide directly related to the test. So I'll go up here, it'll pop up, generate document. I'm going to go ahead and create a study guide using my quiz. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky because unfortunately it's not directly connected to Google Forms. So I'm going to go ahead and actually print this out, except instead of printing, I'm going to save this as a PDF. So I'll save it as a PDF here. I'm just going to go ahead, put it in my downloads folder for right now, and click save. Then I'll go ahead and upload it again to my Google Drive. So I go here, click new. I'll just go ahead and upload that file again. I know it's kind of a pain. I'm sure at some point they'll integrate Google Forms a little bit better, but I'll double click this here. I've got my PDF version of my quiz, and now I can actually take that and I can say create a study guide for, I'm going to go ahead and put the @ symbol. So for my 8th graders, and then it'll actually pop up. Hey, here's the quiz that I just created. So I'll go ahead and click on that and then create. And this will create a study guide directly related to the quiz that I'm giving. And I can take that, I can go ahead and replace that with blanks if I want to, and actually use it for an assignment or just give it to my students as another tool to help them study. Thank you for watching this edition of Tech Tuesday. If you have any questions or something that you would like me to cover in the future, please let me know.